Out with Eric Blair show, and tonight I'm pleased to have the Darts on the show. Yeah!
Yeah.
Christina.
Rikki.
Melissa.
Nicole.
We were in hell last night.
Okay, what happened?
Beautiful. It was like 118 degrees last night. That was hell.
Where?
Lovely. In Phoenix.
You play Farfisa and sing.
Correct.
You two are the architects.
No, we're all the architects. We all like build evenly.
This is all about equal rights right now.
It is, actually.
You are a supergroup formed out of the ashes. I just like that word. Formed out of the ashes of other groups. How did it happen?
Christina and I were in a band together called the Love Me Nots for a little while, and it broke up, and so we were like, let's do that girl band we've always been talking about. So we handpicked some players that we love, that we've toured with, and that we know, and it came together like immediately.
It was a happy mistake, to be honest.
It was supposed to be a side project.
Yeah, it was going to be like a recording project where we did like 2 songs and everybody recorded their instruments in different cities, and then it was like, okay, these 2 songs are great, let's do 4 more, let's make an EP, okay, this is great, and then, okay, let's get together and just see what happens.
Turned
and then,
into the most magical band.
yeah, it was a total happy mistake.
Ever.
It's made a lot of people happy for a mistake, and there aren't a lot of mistakes that make people happy. How did your vision for the Darts differ than your former bands?
Well, this band is just based on having fun and doing what we want to do.
Yes.
Because a lot of other bands we've been in, or I've been in, and Nicole, there's so many, it's so contrived. Like, we have to be a certain way, you have to look a certain way, you have to be a certain way. And this band, we're like, let's all write songs, let's all do the songs we write and have fun.
It's fun.
How long have you been in the band?
About 2 days.
How did that happen?
I've known Nicole and Christina for a while in Phoenix through just mutual friends and projects, and Nicole just asked me, she was like, do you want to try out? I'm like, of course.
Because she kills.
She's a badass guitar player.
I know right now you look at her, you're like, she's like 5 foot, and then you get on stage and it's like monstrous.
We're like 10 feet on
Who
stage.
can shred on guitar as a woman and as somebody we know that's not, you know, too far away? And she's the only person we could actually think of, honestly. Like, we're like, let's get her, and it better work.
Now, what happened to Balderrama?
We love her.
Yeah, we love her. We just wish her well. It just, you know, as all bands have issues internally, you know, I mean, we just wish her the best. She's great.
Being on the road is just like, this is like a marriage, and you gotta love everybody.
It's harder than a marriage,
More
actually.
intense.
Yes, it is.
Much more intense.
You have to
That's
like
not true.
really not exactly true, but it's more intense. Like, we really have to love each other or it's not worth
Well,
it.
and you're with each other 24/7 for days on end, and it's like there's no privacy, there's nothing, you're tired, you know.
How important was Little Steven's Underground to the success of your music?
Little Steven has been amazing for us. He took one of our first songs, the first EP, and made it the coolest song in the world thing, and it's been on regular rotation. It's on airplanes now. It's like, it's crazy. It's
We felt like once we got his approval, we were officially a band, because it was so new. Like, we weren't even really a band yet, and then all of a sudden he started playing our stuff, and we're like, whoa, I guess we could be a real band.
Plus, all the DJs on the Underground Garage are so supportive of us. Paul Myra, John Carlucci, like Carey. They're all so supportive of our band. So they're huge.
Define the term sex kitten. As you have said in interviews, it is that persona that invades your songwriting.
Anne Margaret, 1963, on the floor with a record player.
I think Nicole's vision is super sex kitten. It's a thing. Like, it's her like thing. She's a sex kitten.
That was my original vision. It was Anne Margaret in a slip listening to records and back in the day. And to me, that's the coolest thing ever. So that's kind of where we came from, yeah.
No Bye Bye Birdie.
No.
Viva Las Vegas.
Now you're talking.
What are the pros and cons of the Me Too movement?
I believe in treating people with respect only. Like, man, woman, anybody, treat them with respect. Pros and cons of a Me Too movement is just like, I'm not really into any movement. I'm like, treat people with respect. Treat people how you should be treated yourself.
The pro is respect. The con is too much whining.
Don't be creepy.
Oh, you're so creepy. That's from a Dwarves
Don't be disrespectful.
Define the word creepy.
Oh gosh, I almost went there. I'm not gonna go there.
She almost just motorboated your microphone.
I almost went there, and I'm not gonna go there. No, I can't judge anybody for being creepy. If you are yourself creepy, that's creepy.
It's the Supreme Court definition of obscenity. You know creepy when you see it.
That's true.
That's all you need to know.
That's true.
But isn't that subjective interpretation?
It is.
That's the point.
That's what I'm
Super
saying.
subjective.
But then if you saw a light pole, your subjective interpretation at light pole could be that is a creepy light pole, and I'm going to get it arrested.
And I like it. And then there's sometimes where you're like, that's creepy, and I don't.
There's
like it.
there's good bad, there's bad, there's good creepy, there's bad creepy. It's subjective.
All good rules are subject to interpretation. They have to evolve. They have to work within different situations. There's creepy sometimes that we like, and there's creepy sometimes that we don't like.
What inspired the lyrics to the songs off the Meow album? Let's start off with Slay Me.
This boy in France.
Nice. That's it.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's it.
Did he slay you? Did he slay you?
In a good way.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't creepy. Don't freak me out.
That was like, we're all so neurotic already. Don't make it worse, all right? Don't freak me out. We're already halfway there. We're already almost freaking out. Just cool it and chill out. That's what that was about.
Yeah.
Who's going to freak you out?
The world freaks everybody out. We sit in the van, and we look like we got it together, but we're all like completely
Trying to keep
disastrous in the van.
We're everything you'd ever want us to be. Let's just say that.
Lita Ford or Joan Jett?
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett. Well, my husband played with Lita Ford. Sorry, Lita, I gotta go with Joan. But I love both of you. Sandy West.
Poison Ivy.
Okay.
I don't know. I love them both. I love all of them. I love Lita Ford and Joan Jett.
Fill in the blank, you guys. It was multiple.
Well, no, I mean, if she feels that's her subjective interpretation of Lita Ford and Joan Jett, so let's let her have that.
That's what this band's all about.
Why do you love and identify with the 60s garage sound?
It's probably our biggest influence collectively as a band. I mean, I also grew up on 90s punk, which is also, but we just want people to dance. I think is really the biggest thing. Like, you want to show up, you want people to have fun, you want people to dance, and 60s music is that.
The fuzz, the grass,
it's timeless, and we can do our own interpretation on that, which is cool. It's like modern,
Yeah, because we're not exactly 60s garage. We're not claiming to be 60s garage. We like all kinds of music, but we all love 60s garage too.
Love your bass playing. Now, do you come up with those riffs?
Some of them, yeah. Nicole puts in a lot of ideas for the songs that she writes. She'll come with me with like a full written song with bass, drums, guitar, vocals that she's like already configured, and I'll just have to put my part in. I'll have to not listen to the things she's written, but it's hard not to follow it sometimes. But yeah, it goes both ways. I'll do a version of what she's written. I'll do a version of what I'm going for. It depends.
I'm digging it. Who's your biggest bass influence?
You're gonna hate this because it's actually Al Cisneros from Sleep and Ohm, stoner rock band guy, and I love him. But I love a lot of garage. I love a lot of stoner rock. I love a lot of different kinds of music.
What inspired the DARTS vintage Brazier logo, and who designed it?
The logo was designed by Justin Barker, who did some Love Me Nots art, and a lot of Phoenix artists have used his work, but now he lives in Georgia, Athens, yeah. So anyway, he's a great artist, but the whole Anne Margaret thing was, darts. What has darts? Bullet bras have darts, and so that's where it came from. Like, what's the dartiest dart you can think of that we would have named? Because we're named after the seams in your clothes. That's what we're named after.
Oh, okay.
So that's the dartiest dart you can come up with, is the bullet bra.
I love the song Revolution off your debut 2018 DARTS album. What inspired that?
That was actually the first song we wrote. We had this idea. I saw Michelle playing somewhere, and she saw me playing. I don't know. And I went up to her and I said, "We should get into this band." And she said, "I'll send you a riff. I have one word. It says revolution." And she said, "Write something around it." So we had it written in like a day. And she was in LA. I was in Phoenix. So we just mailed it back and forth, and it was done.
Evil Ways. Who's singing that song?
That's Michelle.
We love her songs. You know what?
I have a
I
feeling.
love Michelle's songs a lot.
Okay,
And
I'm sorry,
really
don't get
gonna
bummed out.
Yeah.
You're here now. Makeup must-haves. Okay.
Eyeliner.
What kind of eyeliner?
Specifically, the cheap red Maybelline eye pencil
In black.
in black.
Okay. And what about foundation?
I don't get fancy with that stuff. It's all about the eyeliner.
You?
MAC, the liquid liner. And I do the tape. I do the tape trick.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah, I
puts
do the tape trick,
here.
too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tape.
so-
Like being
yeah.
on tour, you have like low light and no mirror, and you're just like 20 seconds to get on stage, and yeah, it works.
Foundation.
None. I have freckles, so it doesn't really work.
Okay, what about powder though for shiny?
Yeah, just whatever.
Okay,
Cheap.
lipstick or lip gloss?
Lipstick.
Okay.
Kat
and-
Von D.
Liquid eyeliner, black.
Okay, but you're working some really cool and purple and pink glittery eyeshadow tonight.
Just some glitter tonight. Yeah, I eyeshadow.
By who?
I don't really have a brand. Just whatever.
I'm not brand specific either. I literally go into Target and buy stuff off the shelf. I'm like, that's a nice color. Bam. That
So-
looks like it might be good. Okay. Here's
Wow.
$10. Let's go. I got to go on tour.
Okay, did Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer inspire your onstage antics with your 1960s Italian Farfisa organ?
Sadly, no. I didn't grow up listening to this stuff, and so I was a classical pianist, and so I don't know. Someone gave me a Farfisa, and I just thought it was boring to just stand there. So you have to love it. You have to love your
you
Farfisa.
love that Farfisa.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get around to that resolution of possibly shooting guns while riding horseback?
No. Someday it's gonna happen.
We have to go back to Texas at some point. And we that was our goal, was to eat barbecue, ride a horse, and shoot a gun all at the same time in Texas.
How do you even know
And we
about
thought like a rest stop there, you could probably hook that up. Never happened.
So John
anybody can hook that up, let us
is
know.
moving to Athens, and he has like 14 acres and a horse, and he's gonna get multiple horses. So we're gonna
Our next
convince him
video
to
will
let us
be-
do it. John Carlucci. We're
Just
gonna
wait.
ride your horses.
It's
while
gonna
we shoot
happen.
guns.
Do you strive to be social justice warriors?
I don't think so. No, we just want to like have a low stress, fun life and be in a band and tour the world. And
Okay.
Rock and roll wins over
Create music with good people, share good vibes.
Hang out with cool people. That's our really what this whole thing was about. With
Yeah.
cool people who are great musicians, and we're surrounded by them even right now. That was the whole purpose.
How would the darts define the word feminism?
I think we were all raised by really strong women, so I would say a feminist is just somebody who respects themselves, and it could be a male or a female.
I agree.
Agreed.
And you?
yeah,
Okay, do you want men to fear your power or embrace it?
Depends on the man.
Yeah.
Depends on the man.
Okay.
I think embrace it. I mean, why not?
Okay.
Embrace.
yeah. Embrace our power.
Not fear it.
But just be equal with us. Like,
A little bit of fear.
When I go see bands, sometimes they freak me out. I'm kind of into that.
Well, I think
And sometimes I embrace them and I love them.
oh my god.
Okay.
They should fear us just a little bit.
Okay, and what were you going to say?
women musicians, I think there's just not enough, and I think that when you see them, yeah, there might be that intimidation, but
Good.
embrace it, you know?
What are the greatest adversities that you guys had to face to get where you are today?
Well, we were all in a ton of bands in our lives that
Were those adversities?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. What have you had? We all live our lives. We're enjoying what we're doing now. I don't think there's been any major obstacles that were super crazy in my life. I mean, there have been personally, but not like, I don't know.
My day job.
What was it?
Well, I teach high school, and I love it. I love my job, but it's the scheduling. It's a schedule issue. It's always a time issue. Those are the hardest things for me.
I mean, I think the hardest thing, again, there's not many women musicians, especially guitarists, so people might not take you that seriously, especially being a female guitarist, until you step on stage. So, you know, you got to overcome that, and that's always going to be a battle.
There's never enough time. I mean, we have 1,000 ideas like every day in this band, and there's not enough time, there's not enough money. We'll make it happen, but we have to do it a little at a time, and that patience is not something I'm good at.
What would you like your legacy to be?
Cool music that people will love in 100 years.
How do you guys deal with groupies on the road?
Oh, Wow, it just depends on what the groupie's doing, who they are. There's various ways of dealing with groupies.
Life according to the darts. And you.
Well, I'm married.
Well, I don't believe in groupies.
I'll let people load my gear though, all day long.
Yeah, just be nice until they get creepy.
Hugs and selling merch.
Do you believe in monogamy? You do.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, do you?
It depends.
Wow.
It depends. You mean adult diapers?
It depends on the situation.
Oh, okay. And you?
I'm in a relationship, so yes.
And you?
The moment, no.
Would you ask a guy band this? I'm just curious.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yes, I am that guy. I am blaring out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even understand. See, I don't understand this whole thing. I've been doing in the music business since I was 19. I don't know. I still don't understand this whole thing of like women having to prove themselves.
Thank you.
What is the difference?
That's true of all. I mean, my mom's a physicist. These are tough things, you know, and nobody takes them seriously. But now they do, and now it's not a big deal, and that's okay.
Yeah. What's next for the darts?
Ooh, we're going on tour with the Damned in October.
That's right. How did
all
that?
Over the U.S.
How did that Dave Vanian thing happen? And that Captain Sensible thing? How did that happen?
I don't think we even know still.
I know.
Oh, Rikki knows.
I know their manager really well, and he reached out and said, "Let's do it."
It was like, let's check with
And
the
I
band.
actually didn't believe it. Like, you know, you put it out in the world, you submit, and we've submitted. You know, you submit all the time, and
It was kind of just it's
like
by
dream.
chance asking like, "Hey, take us on tour," and they were like, "We'd
and
like
then he
to
was
offer
like
you this
serious,
tour."
and and it's the manager too. Like we have managers, and you know, to have the manager rep us and have the band dig it, it's like
amazing.
to have the foot in the door.
It's amazing. It's like the coolest thing.
It's
that
the
ever
coolest
happened.
thing. Yep.
How long is this tour going to last for?
It's about 3 weeks all across the U.S. There's days off, but we'll be flying back to our day jobs on the days off. But
working,
but,
going back on
it's about
tour,
3 weeks.
working.
I feel like it's crazy because we tour a lot and we see all these bands that we think are rock stars, and they all have day jobs too.
It's true.
And it kind of blows my mind. It's hard to make money when you play music.
If you believed there was a hell, would Hitler be rotting there? What? If you believed there was a hell, would Hitler be rotting there?
I guess he would if there was a hell. Probably. He's an evil man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I believe there is a hell, yes.
I don't see why not.
If there was a good place or a bad place, he's definitely on the
Balderrama.
bad list.
It's on the naughty list for sure.
What do you think
like
of people wearing Charles Manson on their T-shirts? Positive or negative?
I think it's negative. I don't like to. She's a judge. I don't like to glorify anything negative.
Okay.
And that just brings to mind negative things. I don't want to see that.
I agree. I think it's negative.
Agreed.
Yeah, turning evil people into famous rock stars is a terrible thing in this world.
If you could collaborate with any musician, living or dead, who would it be?
Tina Turner.
Poison Ivy, Holly Golightly, Billy Childish.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
All right, this is lame, but I kind of want to meet Mozart.
No, there's something lame.
It's really lame. But, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of crossover between what he was doing and what we do.
You could play like
Believe it or not.
concertos with Mozart.
Yeah, you could play the do 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 do.
So I play the violin and she plays the piano. We could like do a whole like.
A lot of my
no-
solos are based on that stuff, so, you know.
Yes, thank you for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show. All right, this is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with the Darts. Sign it off. Bye-bye.
The Blairing Out Show.